Hi children, data structures Q. This is the continuation of the data structures 2 chapter. So here we are going to see about Q, which is similar to stacks. Q also contains a sequence of items that is a linear list, and there are restrictions about how items can be added to and removed from the list. So Q is an abstract data structure somewhat similar to stack. Unlike stack, a queue is open at its both the ends. Okay, so a queue has two ends called the front end and the back end. The back end can also be referred to as rear end of the queue. Items are always added to the queue at the rear end and removed from the queue at the front end. The operations of adding and removing are called as enqueuing and dequeuing. Clear? Let us see a few real world examples. Vehicle entering first exits first. There are few more real world examples. Those are ticket reservation counters and bus stops. Now the queue representation. So let's see the diagram. You will understand it better. So first in, first out. So the data is entered through in. Data is entered through in and the data exits through out. Okay, so last in, last out, first in, first out. Clear? So the data moves towards the exit as it enters through in. Okay, as in stack, a queue can also be implemented using arrays, linked lists, pointers and structures. For the sake of simplicity, we shall implement queues using one-dimension array. So there are few basic operations. Queue operations may involve initialization or defining the queue, utilizing it, and then completely erasing it from the memory. Here we shall understand few basic operations. Enqueue, add or store an item to the queue. Dequeue, remove an item from the queue. Few more functions are required to make the above mentioned queue operation efficient. Those are peek, is full, is empty. Peek, as we saw in the stack, here peek gets the element at the front of the queue without removing it. So we have seen that first in, first out, correct? So the first element which is entered will be the first element to exit. So what do? The front element is displayed before removing it. Is full, check whether the queue is full, because if it is full we can't enter any data. Is empty is the function which checks if the queue is empty, because if the queue is empty, none of the data can be deleted. In queue, we always dequeue data pointed by front pointer, and enqueuing is done using the rear pointer. So now peek, algorithm for peek function. Begin procedure peek, return queue of front. As we saw, it returns the value which is stored in the front position. That is the element to be removed at that moment. That will be displayed. So that's why it is returning queue of front. End procedure. So this is how we write the algorithm. Actually, it is a procedure. As we see, it is similar to the function. So next is full. As we are using single dimension array to implement queue, we just check for the rear pointer to reach at max size to determine that the queue is full. In case we maintain the queue in a circular linked list, the algorithm will differ. Okay, so algorithm of is full function, begin procedure is full if rear equals to max size. So rear is the point where the element is inserted. Clear? So if rear is equal to max size of the array, that tells that the queue is full. Return true. Return true tells that it is full. Else return false. End is end procedure. Now is empty. So here in reverse we are going to check whether front is less than min or front is greater than rear. So if it is less than min, min tells the lower boundary. Yeah, and front is greater than rear. So what happens? There's no element. That's why front is moved back. Clear? So if front is less than min or front is greater than rear, return true, else return false. End if end procedure. The value of the front is less than min or 0. It tells that the queue is not yet initialized, hence it is empty. Now enqueuing operation. So check if the queue is full. If the queue is full, produce overflow error because nothing can be inserted. If the queue is not full, increment rear pointer because at the back only the element is inserted to the point the next empty space. Next, add the data element to the queue location where the rear is pointing. Return success. So this is how it works. Here already we have A, B, C inside. So the first element which was inserted was A, then B, then C. That's why rear position shows C as the last element. Okay. So now what happens? When we try to insert D, rear is incremented to one more position and D is inserted. Clear? So DQ. Check if the queue is empty, because if it is empty, then underflow error and exit. If the queue is not empty, access the data where front is pointing, increment front pointer to point to the next available data element, return success. So here, before dequeuing, A, B, C, D. So rear is pointing to D and front is pointing to A. So the element to be dequeued is A. So what happens? Front is moved one position before. That is, front points to B and A is dequeued. This is how dequeue works. So if queue is empty, return underflow, end. If data equal to queue of front, front is incremented. Front equal to front plus 1, return true, end procedure. So with this, the session is completed. In the next session, we are going to see the queue operations as a Python program. Thank you.